Welcome to Wellness for All Women. On this special day, we explored what it really means to honor the womb of a woman. This event was hosted and organized by Christina, who not only shared her experiences with womb complications, but she created a safe space for other women to do the same, which is needed. Did you know that 80% of African American women and 70% of white women will experience fibroids by the age of 60? Wow. So we went back to our African roots to explore ways to naturally heal our wombs. This includes dance, diet, prayer, meditation, and even a more modern method of just having a better relationship with our gynecologist. So here's what everybody had to say. So we are here with the mom of Christina of this amazing event. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. First and foremost, I wanted to thank my daughter. I am so proud of her. I remember when she wanted to put this all together, and of course I'm very supportive in anything she does, especially for women, especially in being educating us, and maybe someday she can branch this out to include men and maybe what they may go through. And one more thing, I told her, listen, you need to take this on the road, not just keep it here. Go to all the counties, go to PG County, all the other counties, because we're all affected in one or two different ways.
Definitely. Why do you think an event like this is important to talk about women's health?
Well, for me, I've always educated myself, and I've always tried to enforce that with Christy, and now with my granddaughter who's 9. And it just, I know that for minority women, I am half minority. A lot of times that isn't spoken, or your mother may not speak about it, and you may learn about it secondhand, thirdhand from school, health education. That doesn't teach you a lot.
Right.
And so to come to an event like this, believe me, you're going to come out of this event being more educated and doing your research. First and foremost, do your research.
Definitely, and that's really important. You do walk out with something. If anything, you'll walk out with the fact that we need to pay more attention. Even if you don't incorporate new methodologies or anything like that, you pay more attention to it, because it's just like, oh, we're women, we have periods, we go through this, we go through that, but we don't really talk about the health or the self-care aspect of it.
Right. And to reiterate, I was saying about the men, if we have men coming to these events also, maybe let's say one day we're not feeling well and we may describe these issues that we have and we don't think it's anything that of concern, our husbands or our boyfriends or a significant other, because enlighten us and say, hey, I remember when we went to the event, they said A, B, C, and D. Maybe we should check this out. Maybe we should go to the doctor. So we should have, people that are close to us have that information as well.
Very powerful, especially our partners. So do you have anything that you want to leave with our queens that are watching this?
Please, if my daughter Christina does this again at another event, please come out. I mean, everyone here, the panelists, and, the vendors, and everyone, the dancing, everything was such a healing. And I just feel blessed to be at this event, and you will too.
Definitely, it was amazing. So we are speaking with DeAndre. Tell us everything you feel about this event. How are you feeling?
I feel like this event was very informative. It was actually my girlfriend that put the event on. She came to me with the idea and brushed off a whole bunch of different ideas with me. A lot of behind the scenes stuff that people don't know about with putting this event together, but I actually learned a lot of information today that I didn't know. Stories that was pretty sad, and I'm glad I'm not a woman because y'all go through a lot.
I don't know how I feel.
Listen, I couldn't endure some of the things that y'all go through as a woman.
We go through a lot. I mean, but to whom as much is given, much is required. That's what I think.
This event actually made me appreciate Black women even more.
So what do you think is the role of the man in this equation when women are going through things like this? What do you think your role is?
I think our role is to be more supportive. do our research because we don't know what you all are going through. For instance, when she had the ovarian cyst rupture, I thought she was joking. I was like, oh, you're being dramatic. And in that time, I should have been more comforting, but I didn't as it went on because I'm like, hold on, she gave birth to both our kids natural. And I'm like, so she's like really in pain, so I like started being more comforting. And then I did my own little independent research on it. So it's just being comforting and being supportive and being there for your significant other. Or your mom, your sister, cousin, whomever it is.
So do you have any advice for any gentlemen in period who are in relationships, with women? How can they be more into their role, I guess?
I would say be quiet and just listen and be comforting.
I think you need to say that again for the guys in the back.
Be quiet, just listen, and be comforting. That's all you can do. That's the best advice that you can do in that moment because you aren't experiencing the pain that they're going through.
Right.
So it's just like you can't tell them their comfort level or how they're feeling because you're not going through it. So.
Especially when it's that time of the month,
Yeah. Be quiet. And just listen.
Be quiet or you get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, that's the best advice.
Well, thank you so much. Do you have any more closing remarks?
My only last closing remark is I'm very grateful for this event, and I'm very grateful for my girlfriend for informing people that didn't know some of the things that women go through, and I'm very proud of her.
Wonderful, guys. Before we start the interview, do you want to tell everybody what you won? Because Sydney was the winner.
Oh, I won the health juices, the vegan juices. So I'm not sure what the company's name was, Rock Nation or something.
Maybe something like that.
Edit that out.
So again, beautiful souls, we are here at this amazing event. What are your overall views of this event? How do you feel?
I thought that the event was just phenomenal, just very impactful. I think that it's something that most women need to know about because so many of us have these issues and we don't really know where to go to get support. We don't know how to help ourselves. And so that I think that it was really good to have just a community of women together talking about their shared experiences and really just giving everyone hope in a sense, because that's one of the feelings that I felt just permeating the atmosphere in the event was just hope. A lot of women were able to get tidbits of information and gems so that they can better themselves and learn more about their journey.
Definitely. It was really interesting because for one, it's not something that we talk about while we're sipping wine,
Right.
So...
And we all sip wine.
Right, we all sip wine, and we all go out, we all do these things, but
talk about serious things that really affect. The next person could be sitting next to you, experiencing the same thing, and you don't even know that y'all have that shared experience. So,
do you know anybody? One of your loved ones have suffered from fibrosis or any of the other issues that women?
I have family members that have suffered from fibroids as well as endometriosis, and it's a lifelong battle. We heard here today, a lot of physicians, they're not really sure what to do. It's a one-size-fits-all type of, diagnosis, and just them giving you birth control constantly, which is a part of the problem. So I definitely think that we all should explore just alternative measures in general, because it's obvious that yes, they have a lot of, knowledge and licenses and certifications and things, but something is not clicking. Right. So we need to try something different. Exactly.
Right. As far as remedies and different things, I know when I became a vegetarian, I used to have horrible cramps, on the floor. And now, my last period, I didn't even have to take any medicine for it. So it's definitely different options available to us. I just think we as a Black community, especially women, we have to be open.
We have to be open. We cannot think that, the way that we did it because grandmama and them did it, that's the only way to do it. We have to be open to change, just across the board. And vegetarianism, or at least one of the things we don't acknowledge, is that diet plays a huge role in everything. If you don't you gotta give credence to that. So if your diet is trash, you're gonna feel like that. And I'm sorry to put it that way, but it's true. It's really true. So yeah.
Yeah, you talk about ancestors too. We follow these traditions because our parents did it, and our parents. But somewhere along the line, our traditions have been washed.
Watered down, yeah.
Because our ancestors they weren't taking birth control, they weren't on medication, they were doing these womb dances, and so it was definitely an eye-opener. I felt like, yeah, we really getting back to our culture.
I was gonna say, and a lot of that, like, to me, it was getting back to your roots, because you're right. They didn't do a lot of those things in the motherland. And like just adopting, maybe not totally, but some of those practices I think would be beneficial just as a whole.
So do you have any messages you want to leave for our queens that are watching this as far as self-care, body, or anything like that?
Self-care, I would say definitely explore and find out like if the world of fasting will be beneficial to you, because a lot of times like your body needs a jump start, and sometimes you have to eliminate in order to create that, the optimal biodome for your jump start. So explore like fasting, like just take it one day at a time, and also don't be afraid of herbs, herbal infusions, yes, teas, because and that has been a big part of me just healing myself internally. So those are my two things. Red raspberry leaf tea for all women. It is a womb elixir, I'm telling you. It brings about so many. Red raspberry leaf tea.
Red raspberry?
Yes, it's a natural, Yogi has it, but I get it off, you can get it off Amazon, but just put red raspberry leaf tea. And it is good for all women. It's just good for your reproductive system. Try that, start with that, and research. So.
That is amazing. You really like pop my head open. So thank you. Hello, beautiful souls. We are here with Anitra. She's going to tell us everything, how this event has impacted her energy.
Am I holding it? No, I don't need to hold it. Are you going to edit that?
No. Why is that? People always ask me, are you going to edit that out? You're fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, my name is Anitra. This was an amazing event. Christina, I'm so proud of you. I am so excited about today because I've never been to an event such as this. I think it was a very safe place. It's something that needs to be talked about more frequently, and I'm hoping that you're going to take the show on the road. It's things that we talk about in the bathrooms or when we're at happy hour with our girlfriends, but no one actually has an event where we can all just share together from different walks of life. So I'm so excited for her.
So what was your favorite part or most impactful part of the event?
I think the most impactful part for me was the panel itself, and just everyone sharing their stories, but there was a lot of commonalities amongst the women. Yeah.
Definitely, because the panel was really raw. They really told their story, and it was, again, it's something you don't talk about, so you don't really know that people are going through this, let alone the details. So that was really powerful. So do you have any advice to anybody who might be going through something that's affecting their womb or anything like that?
I think the biggest takeaway for me is to put your foot down and demand that you get the care that we deserve as women, as human beings, and not just take the doctor's word for it. Get a second or third opinion. If you're not comfortable, do not feel like you're being too pushy, because at the end of the day, it's your body, it's your life.
Definitely. We only get one body.
That's it.
What I want to just tell you, ladies, is just to continue to stay encouraged. Always consider yourself first. I mean, I know that sounds kind of selfish, but how can we be able to be better people to others if we can't be better to ourselves? So definitely make sure that you encourage yourself, stay uplifted. If you find that things are getting too hard, make sure that you reach out to just other women in your community that you can rely on to support you and uplift you. Because this journey, it can be a journey done alone, but it's definitely best to just do it with others as a collective, and just become better. That's all we're about. It's our birthright.
All right, beautiful souls. To catch behind the scenes footage, vendor interviews, and more, subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you don't miss another episode.